Hi everyone. Wow, it's been a while. It has been a while. It's always been a while, you know. Obviously, this channel, while I love it, is not the first thing I have going on in my life. I have the podcast, and now we have this. Besom, Stang, and Sword is now available. At this point, it's been released. It was released 3 weeks ago, and it is doing extremely well. We couldn't be happier. We're actually a bit surprised by the response. We're happy by the response, but you don't want to be like, oh, this is going to be a total success. You always have to be a little reasonable about it. But it is doing extremely well, and it is resonating with a lot of people, which is really great to hear. Because the things that you create, you want to have a life of their own once they get released into the world. Because if they don't, then it was all for naught. But it's nice to see that all the effort that went into this book through the 2.5 years of working on it and going back and forth between edits and what have you, it's nice to see that all of that is coming to such a wonderful, it's developing into something wonderful. So, and it is available everywhere. Okay, a lot of people got it on Amazon. You can get it through Barnes & Noble, IndieBound Books. A lot of people overseas in the UK got it on Wordly. I'm not familiar with Wordly, but that's a place to get it. Sacred Source at sacredsource.com has it as well. You can even find it on websites like, and I think this is just common, but like Target. The Target website has it. The Walmart website has it. I'm like, okay. You can get this book through any retailer. So, obviously, if you have a local witchy, pagan, new agey store, get it through them if you can, because we need to support our community like that. If you don't have one, witchy, pagan, witchy, occult, pagan store nearby who carries books or who will order it for you, order it from Barnes & Noble. Try and get that location to hold it, to carry it. Currently in our area, within a 100-mile radius of where we live, there's only earlier in the week there was 16 stores that had it, and now there's 15. So I guess it's sold, right? The copy sold, so yay. But we want to see it everywhere. We want to see it sold. We want people to read it. Obviously, we want people to get exposed to this book because we really believe in what this book is and what this book has to say and share with you, and what it can do for your practice. The book itself, it's a gateway book in a sense that new practitioners can get a lot out of this book. They don't need to go through like Wicca, for example, to get to witchcraft. They can start here. And this is probably a better place to start, in my opinion. It's a little bit more beholden to a historic understanding. Obviously, it's inspired by modern practice as well, but I think it reflects history a little bit better. Obviously, the book's not going to resonate with everyone. That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't have to resonate with everyone. It's our book. It's your book. It doesn't have to be their book, too. But the book itself is very layered in that you can take it as a complete system, because it is a complete system. It's 12 chapters. 12 chapters, as some people argue, we haven't explored enough, like the individual topics, but the book itself is way over the word count that we were allowed. So it's a complete system. What do you expect? You have to condense the information down. You have to get to the bare bones of it. So you can have all of the chapters together in one book. That was the idea. And the follow-up to this is that this is a foundation, and future books, the idea is that future books of ours will build off of this book. So we will elaborate on a lot of the topics and explore some of the topics more in the future. But like I was saying, the book is layered. And it is layered. If you look at the subtitle, you get the idea of how it's layered. Okay, it gives you a perspective of traditional witchcraft, which is rooted in Robert Cochrane. okay? It's rooted in Robert Cochrane, inspired by history and folklore and what have you, okay? Don't twist traditional witchcraft and make it into other things. Traditional witchcraft has a very specific implication. It's in the current of Robert Cochrane, 1734, what have you. It doesn't refer to Wicca in its eclectic incarnation or in its Gardnerian, Alexandrian, or BTW incarnation. This phrase isn't specified towards Wicca. Okay? Wicca is a tradition of witchcraft. It is not traditional witchcraft, in quotes. Okay? Let's not get this confused. Okay? I know I pick about terminology in a lot of my videos and even on the podcast, and that's not because I'm being a jerk, but that's because if we can compartmentalize these ideas, we can then understand them as individual things and why the differences exist, and that enhances our understandings of other things, because we can understand as one thing, we understand why it's different from this and that and what have you. So like when in videos when I argue the differences between Wicca and witchcraft, I'm not being a jerk. I'm offering you understanding. Anyway. So, traditional witchcraft is discussed in this book in the vein of Robert Cochrane and some of his practices, and some of the practices which are associated with him. But another layer of this book is the sixfold path, which is our understanding of witchcraft, being a blending of history and lore, magic, divination, herbalism, necromancy, and hedge witchery. Okay, I've talked about this on the show before. There's each of those paths has a chapter, in a sense, in this book. And then you have the hidden landscape concept, which deals with more of an animist perspective on practice. This is a whole complete system. You can take this book in its entirety, you can apply it in your life, you can change things as you need to, because that's how we kind of write it, that it's adaptable to wherever you live, adaptable to your region, to your practice. You can take what you want, you can leave what you want, it's not a big deal, but this is our thing. So you can take all of it, you can take some of it, you can take just a little bit of it. Hopefully you take more than just a little bit of it, but what have you. The Witch Lord statue, the ideas of the Witch Lord and the Witch Queen are talked about in here, and they are not goddess figures. They're not. At least as far as we understand them, in Black Tree, they are not gods. Granted, they're masks, they're archetypes, they're ideas, they're primordial forces. That's how we think of them. You can take these ideas and relate them to deities like people do for their practice. I'm not going to tell someone what they can and can't do, but don't misunderstand their appearance in this book as just being Wiccan. Don't do that. Looking at them as masks and as archetypes and as concepts opens them up so much more than just whittling them down into deities. It robs them of a greater significance. Now, the response to the book has been wonderful. The reviews have been really awesome and pretty much independent of us. We're seeing responses from people who we've never met, which is really great, that the book is finding people and is resonating with them, like I said earlier. We look forward to hearing more feedback about the book, and any questions that the book brings up. I would love to answer through this channel when and how I can, depending on the question. Sometimes people ask questions that are far too layered in misunderstanding, that to weed through the misunderstanding to answer the actual question is way too exhaustive. So as a YouTuber, I look forward to hopefully seeing reviews on here, on this platform, about the book and hear what people's thoughts are about it. Look forward to further blog posts and conversations with you about the book itself. Check it out. Besom, Stang, and Sword, A Guide to Traditional Witchcraft, The Sixfold Path, and The Hidden Landscape. Available wherever books are sold. If you like what you see here, if you want to follow this channel, I'm going to get this right. Check it out. Look at this corner here. Okay, this corner, click on that icon, and that will subscribe you to the channel. So, thank you for watching. Sorry this is so short, but I just wanted to make a little quick announcement about the book. We're in the middle of promoting it, so we're kind of tied up with a lot of things right now. I'm planning and scheduling and responding to emails and all that kind of stuff, but it's exciting, and we're really happy that this is finally available for you all. And we look forward to having some announcements regarding appearances and things like that, and online things that we're going to be doing, in the near future, so I look forward to making those announcements here on this channel. I will also be making those announcements obviously online, social media, what have you, and through our MailChimp email list, which can be found at the website infinite-beyond.com. So if you want to be kept in the loop, be sure to be in touch in some way, shape, or form through subscribing to this video, subscribing to our mailing list, or following us on social media, wherever you prefer. I try to hit them all to the best of my ability. So anyway, check out Besom, Stang, and Sword. Let us know what you think. Peace.